Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn. This is a reading for the sign of Gemini for the month of March 2020. It's just a general reading. I'm doing a message from the universe spread. That's what it looks like. And so we have the Wands, Swords, Major Arcana cards, Cups, and Pentacles. For the Major Arcana card, you got the Chariot, and it represents your spiritual life. And then the Wands card represents your work life. And the Cups card, you got 9 of Wands. You have the 8 of Cups here for your emotional life. And then the Swords card, you got the 10 of Swords, which represents your intellectual life. And the Pentacle card, you got the 9 of Pentacles, and it represents your physical life. And then at the end of, so what I've done is I've reviewed the cards and I've made my notes, and I'll read them to you. And then at the end, I'm going to flip the card and we're going to look at the back. Look at the card on the bottom of the pile for advice on what action to take. So that's how we're going to work this reading. Okay, Gemini. So let me just go here to my notes. You got the Chariot card, which represents your spiritual life. Okay, and this card stands for focus, willpower, confidence, ambition, overcoming conflicts, and moving forward in a positive direction. This card is about victory through mastery. This card can represent traveling, usually by car, driving. In this situation, with this card, there are opposing and conflicting forces, perhaps very powerful ones, that must be made to work in harmony to achieve a common goal. These conflicting energies may be within yourself or external. Either way, it's up to you to harness that energy and guide it to success. This card also is saying one needs to keep going on, and through sheer hard work and commitment will be victorious. This card is about feeling motivated, ambitious, and in control. Okay, and then let me just, the card underneath it, at the bottom of the deck, is the Judgment card. And again, we're checking the bottom of the deck, the card on the bottom of the pile, for advice. And so the Judgment card says, the Judgment provides a call. You are being called to face your past before moving on. It is time to acknowledge whatever has happened, accept it, and let it go. You have learned so much and have been through so much. You now have the wisdom and strength to free yourself from the past. A time for change is at hand. Perhaps a new job, a new relationship, or a new way of life. However, unlike other cards indicating change, in this case, you are more in control. You've decided to heed the call. You have the experience and the knowledge to move forward. You just have to make your final farewells. Okay, and then your second card, Gemini, is the 9 of Wands. And this card represents your work life, perseverance, ongoing battle, finishing or fighting through tough times, but you're exhausted. You can't imagine going one more step, but this card is to encourage you to keep moving forward, keep going. Not only are you almost there, but you do indeed have the strength to get through this and get to the end. Tune into that core of determination and make that final push. All that you have set out to achieve is just within your grasp. This card represents or symbolizes hope. You're very close to success. You just have to keep going, keep pushing. And it also is a sign that a card that is telling you to watch your money. Okay, and then the card on the bottom, if you need some advice, is the Four of Wands. And then the message in the book here for the Four of Wands, it says, this happy card represents a moment of celebration. So I guess you have to celebrate, Gemini. You've made it. Whatever you've been working on is showing good signs of success, so take a moment to revel in it. In fact, things are looking so well, you can use some of your gains to lay a foundation for the future, whether it's building a house, expanding your business, investing, or even getting married. Okay, and your third card is this card here, which is the Eight of Cups. This card represents your emotional life, and it represents walking away from a disappointing situation, walking away from people or situations in your life. This card represents a very small but powerful moment in time. You've decided you need to leave something comfortable behind, and you have come to terms with that. You've decided what dream you're moving towards. This moment, the one where you finally turn your back forever, and before you take the first step, is the Eight of Cups. That's where you're at now. It can be such a conflicted moment filled with sadness over leaving, yet knowing you're doing the right thing. It's about abandoning your plans. It signifies loneliness, introspection, self-analysis, looking for the truth. And the advice message on the back is the Page of Cups. And the message in the book for the Page of Cups says, this page or this card is sweet, sensitive, and creative. She is a dreamer, the type of girl that enchanted fish to tell stories to. Her life is filled with rainbows and magic. She is intuitive and emotional. She loves openly and deeply. Perhaps she gives a bit too much of herself and risks getting hurt. She is constantly being inspired and is always on the verge of some new project or creation. That story the fish told her, she'll write it, illustrate, hand bind the book, and give it to that nice woman she just met the other day. Pages also represent messages. In this case, possibly a message about a loved one or a creative project or possibly a love note. And then your fourth card, which is this one here, the Ten of Swords. And this card represents your intellectual life. This card is saying it's finally over. It represents backstabbing, betrayal, bad-mouthing, bitching behind your back, bitterness, and enemies. It represents ruin, failure, collapse, severing ties, goodbyes, the nail in the coffin of a relationship or a situation. You have fought and worked at it, but it's over, and you cannot change this situation. There's no fixing it. But you may want to try one last time, but you will have to accept that this time you are beaten. It's a strange moment because you thought you'd feel a lot more pain and distress, but actually you feel calm and peaceful. Deep down, you are relieved that you don't have to fight it anymore. And the advice card on the back is the Page of Swords. And the message in the book from the Page of Swords says here, this page is insatiably curious. She wants to know everything. She can be infuriating and annoying, but she can also help open up your thinking. With all her questions, she is perfect for problem solving and out-of-the-box thinking. She can be an overachiever or a slacker if not properly challenged. Her mind is brilliant and sharp, but she does lack in intellectual discipline. Pages can also represent messages. In this case, a message about a problem, a solution, or gossip. And then your last card is the Nine of Pentacles, and this card represents your physical life. It stands for success, independence, confidence, freedom, security, stability. It signifies beauty, grace, elegance. You might find yourself enjoying the finer things in life. Not only have you prospered, but you've done so in a way that you can feel good about it. You appreciate and cultivate the best of everything life has to offer, physically, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. This card can also indicate the enjoyment of simple but decadent physical pleasure and treats. And the card on the bottom, the advice card, is the King of Pentacles. And the message, the card, the King of Pentacles says, this knight is the most dependable of the knights. You can count on him to do what he says and to do it well. Whatever the task at hand, he'll work until it's finished. He's the handyman who can do anything. He's the kid who works his way through school and manages to save for his house at the same time. He's good about saving and investing carefully, but he's not about making a quick buck or taking big risks. He is extremely organized, maybe annoyingly so. He can be a loner, preferring staying home to nightclubs or large parties. He is sometimes a little too cautious in his choices and a little too tight with his money. He can be dull and stubborn. Okay, so Gemini, that is your reading for March. If you like this reading, please like, share, subscribe, leave me a message. I'd love to hear from you. And I will leave my email under the video if you would like me to do a personal reading. Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you soon. Thank you. Take care. Bye.